A new podcast shines a light on losing a child and what the grieving process looks like when so few understand the trauma a parent goes through.
It's recorded at a dining room table by a Grand Rapids mom who couldn't find one for grieving parents, so she started her own.
He had a beautiful voice. And now I feel like in his death, we can reach even more people and have it not just be in Grand Rapids.
Welcome to Losing a Child, Always Andy's Mom. I'm Marcy Larson.
Marcy and Eric Larson lost their 14-year-old son, Andy, in a car crash last August. Struggling with the unimaginable tragedy is now the focus of her own podcast.
In general, people just don't like to talk about grief. It makes them uncomfortable. But I think the idea of losing a child makes people even more uncomfortable because it's most people's, nightmare.
There's no professional training or paid sponsors, just the vulnerability that comes with discussing debilitating grief. Her first episode is with her husband. Among the topics they discuss is a family portrait Andy drew when he was just 7 years old.
And I said, Andy, why are there only 4 people in the picture? And he said, well, that's you and Dad and Katie and Peter. And I said, well, where are you? And he said, well, I'm in heaven. I'm not going to grow up all the way. And he was so calm and content with that.
That's still very emotional for me to talk about. It was, inside, I kind of knew that he was right. But he was okay with it. I, of course, was not.
Sharing emotional memories is one way Larson is honoring her son. The podcast will also serve as a teaching lesson. Grieving parents want to talk about their child.
I want to help people, and I want to normalize those feelings. So we do talk about, a lot of things, hard things, and open ourselves up. But I think people need to know that that's okay, that you need to do that.
Now the hope is that this can bring comfort to people, but also potentially be a step towards someone maybe joining a support group in person, which can be so intimidating, but incredible. We have everything online.
Very strong woman.
Yeah.
Thank you for that story.